It is currently August in the MLB season, and I think it's time where the top teams are starting to separate themselves from the middle of the pack teams. And in this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 teams in the MLB. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and in the comments you can debate me all you want. Who's too high, who's too low, and who do you think is the best team in baseball? Let's get right into it. At that number 10 spot, I have the San Diego Padres. As of right now, I think they're the 10th best team in baseball, and I think they're going to get into the playoffs. I was debating between them and the Diamondbacks. Right now, the Diamondbacks do have the better record by only a game, but I do believe that the Padres had the better deadline by far and are going to be a better team than the Arizona Diamondbacks for the rest of the season. I think getting Casey Mize, Robbie Ray is a great addition for that rotation, and this offense is starting to click. Names like Tatis, Machado, Merrill, they're all starting to get hot. And if this team gets hot, watch out. I think they're going to be making the playoffs, and I think they are the 10th best team in the league. Next, at number 9, I have the Chicago White Sox. This team currently just got swept by the Red Sox, but I still believe this team is great, and they will win their division. If you win your division, you're going to be a top team. They're going to make the playoffs, and I think they have what it takes to go on a run because their side of the bracket in the AL is much easier than the Red Sox, Yankees, and Rays side. So I wouldn't be surprised if the White Sox go on a run in this playoffs, and I do think they're the number 9th best team in the league. This team's young. They're only going to get better throughout the years, throughout this season. If they can get that pitching staff right and clicking, this team's ceiling is tremendous. It's the limit, to be honest. Miguel Vargas, Colson Montgomery, Chase Maedroff. They just had the game of the year last year against one of the best teams in the league. 13-inning game against the Red Sox. That game was cinema. But at this moment, I think the White Sox are the 9th best team in the MLB. Next, the Philadelphia Phillies, and man, they have a lot to figure out right now. They're switching everyone's position, so right now I can't rank them any higher than this until we see what it looks like actually on the field. Having Luis Arias, Bryce Harper, Bryson Stott, Alec Boehm all moving around the field is something we have to look out for because it's not going to be an easy switch. But right now, this Phillies team is loaded. They have the names Schwarber, Trey, Turner, Bryce Harper, Luis Arias, Zach Wheeler, Christopher Sanchez, Jesus Luzardo. You name it, they got it. Brandon Marsh. This rotation, the top 3 at least, will help them win games throughout the rest of the season. And I think right now, they're in that second tier of the NL teams, but they're still a top 10 team. And I have them at number 8, and they have what it takes to go on a deep playoff run as well. At number 7, do not come after me in the comments, Yankees fans, because you guys are at number 7. Even though you guys currently have the second best record in the AL, I think that's only going to get worse. Right now, half their team is injured. Stanton, Judge, Bellinger, you name it, their top 3 offensive players other than Ben Rice are injured. So right now, I can't put them any higher because you play with who you have right now, not who you're going to have in the future. And they're not playing their best ball right now, and teams behind them, like the Red Sox, are going to pass them soon enough. And this Yankees team, do they have what it takes to go on a World Series run? Who knows? They haven't won the World Series since 2009, and I don't see that happening this year. Right now, I just believe they're going to be a wild card team and a wild card exit. But they're the 7th best team in the league, and that's nothing to slouch about. But Yankees fans, don't come after me in the comments because you know this is where you guys belong. This team is not as good as we think. Even though getting the Luis Garcia and Heliot Ramos at the deadline was good, I don't think their bullpen's good enough, and I don't think their catchers are good enough. And bullpens win games in October, and I don't trust it at all, and I don't trust it in September either. That's why I have the Yankees at number 7. Number 6, a team that is firing on all cylinders right now is the Chicago Cubs. They probably have the MVP in PCA. Its rotation just got some more building blocks in Clay Holmes and Kevin Gausman to help him out down the stretch. And I think those 2 additions are going to be great for them down the stretch, helping them win more games. However, I don't think they have what it takes to win their division. They're currently 5.5 games behind the Brewers for that number 1 spot in the NL Central, and I don't think they have what it takes to catch them. However, this team is elite. Bregman, PCA, Michael Busch, Ian Happ, Dansby. Carson Kelly is a great core 7 of this team. Everyday guys who are going to be in there. As long as this rotation stays afloat, their ceiling is the limit. Could they go on a World Series run? Maybe. They have what it takes. As long as this pitching stays afloat and gets productive starts from guys like Gosman, Clay Holmes, Shota, and the rest of their rotation, they could go on a run. And right now, I think they are the 6th best team in the MLB. Coming in at number 5, the team with currently the 2nd best record in the league, but I think they're the 5th best team in the league, the Atlanta Braves. It all is going to come down to that pitching staff for the rest of this year and going into October. Chris Sale is elite, but who is going to be after him is the big question. Do you want a guy like Grant Holmes starting a Game 2 of the playoff game or Bryce Elder? No, you really don't. That's why I hated their deadline. If they had a good deadline, they honestly probably be number 2 in these power rankings as the 2nd best team in the league, maybe getting a Casey Mize or Clay Holmes or Freddie Peralta. They're rumored to be after Jacob deGrom, but he didn't want to go to them, so maybe they had tunnel vision for that deal, which caused them to have a lackluster deadline. But this offense has what it takes. Ronald Acuna's back hitting homers. Matt Olson's going to do his thing. Ozzie Albies is always productive. Michael Harris is one of the best center fielders in the game. And this team, man, I've always been high on the Braves. If they can just get consistent pitching, they have a great bullpen with Suarez and Iglesias in the back end, making these games basically 7 innings long. If they can lead after 7, they're in good shape. But the Braves, I'm really skeptical about their starting pitching, and they did not address that at the deadline, which was why I have them at number 5. Number 4, the team of destiny this year. Who would have saw this only a few months ago? The Boston Red Sox, currently sitting at 63-51. Their record is not the best compared to all these teams, but they are hot. 31-5 in the past 36 games is an MLB record, and no one has ever done this before. This team, man, they have what it takes. They have the pitching. They have the offense right now. Their offense is clicking. Wilson Contreras, Cedar Rafaela looks like an MVP candidate. Could he maybe go on a run for that award? Probably not, but who knows? He's going to be a platinum glove winner with the 800 OPS. Like, you can't ask for anything more than that. Willie Abreu, Caleb Durbin, the story of this team, turned his season around just like this team has. Their bullpen is the best in baseball with guys like Tyron Guerrero, Aroldis Chapman, Garrett Whitlock, and many others in that bullpen being able to lock this game down after a couple innings, honestly. This team has what it takes to go on a deep October run. However, they still had that rough start to the year, which is in the back of people's minds, so you can't really put them any higher than this, but they are still a dangerous team the rest of the year. Coming in at number 3, it's Junior Caminero and his Tampa Bay Rays. This team has just been consistent all year long. They have easily been the most consistent team in the AL, and it's not really close. They're currently 68-46, holding 5-game lead on the division, and I don't see them slowing down anytime soon. Having a guy like Caminero who can consistently produce runs for this team is just something no other team can have. Guys like Yandy Diaz and Aranda complement him very well, and acquisition of Liam Hicks and Freddie Peralta was a solid deadline, but I would have liked to see them do more. But overall, I think they are the favorite in the AL right now, and they could challenge the NL teams in the World Series if they get there. They have the pitching staff, they have the bullpen, they have the defense, they play the game the right way, and it's just a matter of time for the city of Tampa and those Rays to bring home a World Series, to be honest. Coming in at number 2, it's the Brewers. They're currently the best team in baseball record-wise, but not roster-wise, as many of you know, because that number 1 spot is going to be the best team this year, and it's not really close in my opinion. The Brewers, man, you really can't say enough about them. Every single year, they go out and they play. They produce, they play the game the right way, they have pitching, they have defense, they get the big timely hits, and they have the bullpen. A rotation behind Jacob Misiorowski is one of the best in the league, and being able to follow his footsteps in the playoffs is going to lead them to the promised land. It all relies on him because there's a couple of question marks behind him. Brandon Woodruff, is he going to be healthy? Kyle Harrison, can he do what he did in the playoffs to replicate what he did in the regular season? That's a big ask for a very young guy. But if this team can pitch, if they can hit, they're going to be one of the biggest threats in the league. And that's why they're number 2 in these power rankings for the MLB teams. But coming in at number 1, I'm sure everyone knows who it is. It's Tarek Skubal and his Dodgers. The Dodgers went out and got arguably the best pitcher in the game at the trade deadline, adding to the best roster in the league. It's not really a question right now who the favorite is. They're like plus 100 odds to win the World Series. If anyone beats them, It'll be a miracle, and everyone's rooting for it. Having a roster of guys like Shohei, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Will Smith, Kyle Tucker, you name it, I'm probably forgetting a couple guys. Tommy Edman, Teoscar Hernandez, Blake Snell, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Edwin Diaz, like, the list goes on and on. This is an all-star team, and they're currently the best team in the league, and it's not really a question. I mean, they're on a 6-game losing streak right now, but I'm sure no one really cares about that because they only care about what's ahead in October and getting to the playoffs and playing their best baseball. If the Dodgers lose the World Series, it's going to be a bust for them. And all MLB fans are rooting for it. We're just going to have to wait and see if it happens, and it's going to be a great story no matter what, because it's going to be either a dynasty three-peat or a David versus Goliath upset in the playoffs, and it's going to be a great story to see. And that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Let me know what you think about my rankings. Who's too high? Who's too low? Where does your favorite team stand? And I want to debate you guys in the comments, so give me help in it for it. And that's going to do it. Make sure to subscribe.